as you guys can see, there's still a lot of smoke from the fires. Just got to run down to town here and grab a couple things. Good morning, Cindy. How are you, love? I just got to run downtown here, grab a couple things. I just thought I'd show you guys what it's looking like. It's actually pretty clear today. I mean, it's a little bit smokier than this up at my place, but not too bad. Hey, Rubberneck, what's going on, man? I'm sorry, bud, I'm driving, or I would give you a wrench. Are you still limping around, Cindy, or are you able to move pretty freely? I had a cracked kneecap, man. It probably took 3 months for the pain to go completely away. It's a tough one. they said we might get some rain today. We were supposed to get it between 8 and 11, but it didn't happen yet. Hey Bruce, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in. When I stop up here and before I go in this market, I'll catch up on chat and I will give you a wrench, Rubberneck. We're in Central Washington. We've got two major fires from where I'm at right here in probably 4 miles in one direction. We got a 35,000 acre forest fire. Then the one up by my house, or no, excuse me, it's 37,000 acres. And then the one up by my house is up to 30,000 acres now. Matthew and Mommy, hello. Yeah, this is smoke from those fires. It's been like this for a few weeks, but it's just really starting to get smoky here in the last 10 days. All you can smell it. You step out of your rig, it smells like you can hear it standing in front of a campfire. Daniel, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. I just got you Rubberneck. As soon as I stop here, I'll get you, David. Can't believe they're crop dusting in this shit. There goes the crop duster right there. Okay, that's good. I can see the sun trying to break through the smoke, and I see clouds. So hopefully we will get that rain they said we're going to get today, because man, we need it bad. Let's see here. We'll get you, Daniel, because I know you. I'm in, Daniel, I'm in Central Washington. Hey, Sir Martin, what's going on, brother? Hey, you bet, Rubberneck. I've seen you around on a lot of other channels. Same with Daniel. I think I called you David earlier. Sorry, Daniel Phipps. I've seen him around too. So get you guys hooked up with wrenches so you can connect with everybody. Double pepperoni. They they make such a badass pizza in this place. They actually have a pizza oven, and they make a chicken. What is it called? A chicken ranch pizza, chicken garlic ranch. Oh my God, it is so good. It is unbelievable. Double pepperoni. Yeah, my wife's, that's her favorite pizza is pepperoni. All right, guys, I'm going to run in here real quick, and I shall be right back. Okay, guys. This is actually really popular spot. Man, I'll tell you what, if I didn't have breakfast at home already, I made a big ham scramble yesterday. But she had a fresh, they make a breakfast pizza here too, and it's got all the goodies on it: sausage, bacon, ham, and then it's got eggs, a little bit of a real super thin layer of hash browns in it. I mean, it is absolutely wonderful. Mary Jane Doe, what you doing? I just came in. I had to get some smokes, and then I grabbed a Red Bull. I'm not supposed to drink. Well, it's not like I'm not supposed to. My wife just doesn't like me drinking them, so I usually limit myself. It was 2 a month. Now it's 1 a week. Yeah, that breakfast pizza they make here is to freaking die for. And it's only it's a huge slice, and it's probably about close to 1.5 inches thick, and it's just $4. I used to buy them all the time when I was coming through here when I was working. But like I said, I made my big breakfast scramble yesterday, and there's still a lot of it left. So I don't like chucking leftovers, so I'm going to go home and eat my breakfast like a good boy. Mom will be proud. You know, it's amazing when you retire, you need so much less than when you're working. You know, like I was driving, what was I driving? 70 miles a day, round trip to work. So that right there reduced the gas bill tremendously. And it's just, you know, I don't have to make lunches for work or, you know, buy a lunch, less wear and tear on my rigs, cut my oil changes by 70%. Probably only going to have to get my oil change, you know. Well, in this, I'll still have to do a couple times a year, but like my truck, probably once a year, change the oil in it. I don't hardly ever drive it. I got a bunch of stuff in it, and it's parked down at my buddy's house right now. Yeah, I went to Toshi's this morning and just kind of, you know, I like to go by and give her a like, but she's got a live going. And I want to apologize. You were there, Mary Jane Doe, and I want to apologize for not saying anything to anyone. I kind of communicated with you a little bit, but I don't know what's going on. I kind of have an idea, and I've seen there's been some lines drawn. I'm not going to pick a side. I love you guys all. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, and I don't want to get involved in it. I got my friends. I'll support you guys. I got your back. And like I said once before, you know, I'm pretty set in my beliefs, but you know what? As far as my religious and political beliefs are, I cherish my friendships with you guys as much or more, so I'm not going to go there with any of that stuff. Just, you guys are always welcome on my channel, and if I'm ever anywhere and I see somebody harassing you, I'm going to defend you. I got your back. So I was just there for briefly and said hi to Toshi. Buttercup Maria, what are you doing? So good to see you. I'm going to take this back road here up by the Pinnacles. It's kind of a cool looking drive, and the wife doesn't leave for another hour and a half. As long as I get her a pack of cigarettes before she leaves for work, we're good. If I fail that mission, well, it could be really, really bad. Yeah, so the fire up around my house, it hasn't moved in my direction. It's still moving to the east toward Kashmir and Wenatchee, so we're still pretty good up there where I'm at. Exactly, Mary Jane. Yeah, you just, man, I hope you guys get everything worked out. I hope everything kind of, smooths out. Everybody can start communicating again. Grizzly Warrior, how are you? I'm going to pull over right here. I'm going to open a pack of these cigarettes. Take you up here and show you guys the Pinnacles real quick. This is one of my favorite places in this entire state, only because of all the Native American, there's hieroglyphs up there, there's effigies, there's monoliths, there's so much here, man, and people don't even realize it, and they let these guys come up here, these rock climbers, and just, drive their little metal nails in everywhere, and it just makes me sick, but hey, the way it is, it's been accepted, so kind of cool looking place though. Yeah. Well, one thing I don't think's cool, is the name calling, and none of us are physically perfect. And I mean, when you kind of go to that, it's kind of like, that's why I try not to get too, I don't know how to say, aggressive. I mean, sometimes I do, but since I'm not drinking, it's a lot better, trust me. Hey, what's going on there, Amadian? I think I've seen you over at Mina's and maybe at Trivlogs. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, I know who you are now. Let's get you wrenched up. There you go, man. Now you can hook up with everybody. Yep. That's the best policy, Martin, and I remember that, and everything kind of glazed over, kind of smoothed out, and everybody got back together, everybody started communicating again, and then here we are again. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if it wasn't so smoky, it'd be absolutely gorgeous here. Absolutely gorgeous here. But the smoke just ruins it. Yeah, you know what, I agree, Martin. I agree 100%. And there's this one person, I went by their channel. We all know who they are, who he is. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like somebody just wants to keep it festering and just keep it just spun up into this wild hysteria. It's pretty wild. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, so right over here on this rock, And I'll be going up there and showing you guys. But so this rock right there behind that telephone pole, get something I can point with. Here we go. So this face right here, and then there's a flat spot right there. Well, you can kind of see some of that trail right here. You can kind of see a line in the rock, and then it goes around here. And then what it does is it goes down the backside of this rock and stops about 12 feet before it hits the ground. There's actually footholds in the rock. It's been traveled so many times, or either that or they've worn it out. But it's just like you'd see down at Mesa Verde or the Pueblos down in the southwest. The exact same type of stone trails that are footpaths that are worn in the rock. And it goes up to that flat spot, and there's no doubt in my mind that that's some kind of a sacred place of worship or something. But man, that's my favorite formation in this whole place. I haven't even really got up close and examined the other ones. Yeah, it is so cool, man. It's some pretty impressive stuff up there on that rock. I've shown some of it in a video, and I'm gonna go up and do some more videos of it because there's a lot of glyphs. There's etchings, like I said. There's monoliths, and that stone I'm looking at right there. When you walk around that formation right there, you will see. And at different times of the day, it's all different, but you'll see faces in the stone. And I mean, the way the shadowing is and stuff at different times of the day, it brings out other facial features. And I mean, there's totems. Well, I know for sure there's one totem on that stone, on that rock formation, and I've showed it too, but I'll have to redo those. Yep, Central Washington, Grizzly. Yeah, that's a cool stone right there, man. I call them stones. It's a formation. These, whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Owie. I knocked the phone off. Sorry about the windshield. That's pitch, not bugs. So once I get home, I got to try to fix that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go up there and do some more. A buddy of mine told me there's a road up to the top side of that. I wish I could find that road, because there's no way I'm walking up that. That's some really steep terrain, and there's rattlesnakes, and I don't want my sciatica flaring up, and I don't want to get bit by a rattlesnake. It does, doesn't it? I thought the same thing. And there's several spots up there in these rocks. I'll show you another one. Right over here. So, if you look, what's going on? Here's my phone. There it is. If you look right up here, that guy right there, that really looks like a guy in a robe. And what's funny is I got one at the house, a stone that's probably 8 inches tall, that looks exactly like that little guy right there. I have one, and it stands straight up by itself. Yeah, there are some really cool stones here. There's some that look like, there's a couple that look like a mastodon. There's some that look like primates. A lot of snakes. A lot of feathered serpents. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff up there. And you know, I could be reading a lot into it that's not, but like some of the smaller stuff, You know, I have actually studied Native American, their artwork, and a lot of it is exactly like what I'm seeing up here. They did a lot of the Native Americans because of there was a lot of intertribal trades, you know, between states, between different native nations, and so they kind of had a generalized way they could communicate with signs, with hand language, with drawings and stuff like that, rather than spoken language, because there were so many different languages with all the different nations. So they kind of had a universal communication. And some of the stuff I see on these formations for communication, and most of them are directional maps. I've seen the same type of stuff on the East Coast, up in, you know, the Midwest, the Southwest, pretty much all over the North American hemisphere. Well, yeah, you know, I looked at a lot of that stuff, and this stuff it goes right into Central America and South America. I did one video of a picture I took of a totem of that warrior, and that guy, everything about him was Central and South American. I mean, his battle armor, I mean, there was so many signs on him that were exactly like what you would see in Central and South America. I really dig that stuff. I think so too, man. Oh, okay. Thanks, Martin. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna get this thing straightened back up. We will continue to drive. Yep, you're right there, Mary Jane. I mean, just think if we were all positive, we all tried to keep keep in mind everything that makes us the same, and not focus on the things that make us different. And we just tried to be positive. Man, just think what a brighter place the world would be. All right, Rubberneck, you take care, man. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of you guys just avoid that stuff. But I mean, you know, I see where you're coming from if you're getting attacked all the time. I mean, I'm not the kind of person to just to lay there and take it either. You know, I would have to have something to say about it. So, you know, I don't blame anybody for standing their ground and sticking up for themselves too, you know. Everyone has the right to do that. Yeah, I just like this back drive on this basin road here. I think they call this the North Valley Road. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Other than smoky. If it's not too smoky at my house, I might do some more splitting and stacking firewood. I've been kind of just paranoid to get tied up into something too much, because if we got to evacuate, we got, like, I mean, it'll be like 5-10 minutes. We got to go. I mean, we're supposed to be evacuated now, and that's the, if the fire gets out of control, make one quick round with the sirens going. It's go time right now. A little early on that snowplow there, buddy. So I was looking online, and that Lower Sugarloaf fire, they've already spent over $40 million fighting that fire, and they've already spent over $20 million fighting a fire up by my house. That doesn't include the other 8 fires around the state that are burning right now. For Washington State, we're going to get hammered this year with taxes. Hopefully we'll get some government money. Yep, the bickering is pointless, isn't it? Man, I truly, truly do wish that she could find peace and happiness. I truly do, man. You know what I suggest? I suggest everybody take up fishing. Because, man, when I'm out there fishing, there's only one thing I'm thinking about, and that's catching a fish. And you want to talk about clearing your mind. It's pretty awesome. The ravens are going nuts in here. Must be a roadkill or something. Hey, I was going to ask you guys, has anybody seen TJ around? I haven't seen TJ in a few weeks, I don't think. So I'm going to pull over up here because this garbage truck, he gets paid by the hour, and he's in a big hurry. So I'll pull over here. Oh, I think he's going to stop though and get this dumpster. Never mind. Yeah, he's got cans to pick up here. He's got a dumpster right over there. Pretty sure he'll be picking that up. Nope. These guys go. They're getting paid by the hour. Okay, I'm just want to make sure she's okay. Yeah, I think the last time I seen TJ put anything out is when she was trying to catch crabs. They're in Liverpool at the right, I guess right there at their bay or whatever it is, their harbor. son-in-law and my oldest daughter, they live over in Anacortes on the streets of Juan de Fuca, and he goes crabbing all the time, and he got 9 really nice Dungeness yesterday. Oh, okay. Well, the pears are almost ready. Looks like they picked a bunch of pears. Yeah, quite a few farmers around here have been starting to grow those blood pears, the ones that are kind of purplish red inside. I guess they're real popular now. God, I hate that road. That bump right there. I don't know why they haven't done anything with that. Oh, G2K's got a new channel? You take care, Grizzly Warrior. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you. You guys can see there's a lot of trash and stuff in here on the side of the road. That's because the dump is about 200 yards to the landfill from where I'm at. So, well, it's not really a landfill, it's a transfer station, they call it. So the wind just blows that garbage everywhere. Chug, what's going on? So many gins. Good to see ya. Man, I'm jonesing, Doug. I haven't been able to go fishing because we're in this evacuation mode. So I'm on standby for fishing, man, and that sucks. And what's wild is two of the places I really like to trout fish with selective rules for specifically for fly fishing. So I wouldn't be able to get in to go there anyway. I can go down on the river and go for bass, but as you can see, there's a big reader board. Due to fire activity, Fluid Pass closed. It's been closed for a week now. I'm gonna pull over here like I always do and get caught up on chat before I head up past. That stuff in the back, I've got all kinds of crap in there when we gotta roll. Kukiana, what's up? Yeah, they are. Yeah, you guys, any other channels you guys want to post on here? Your channel links. If you want to post any of your latest videos or shorts, feel free to. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's visibility's, I'd say, about a mile, but it's been down to 100 yards. This is actually better than it's been for the last few days. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta clean that windshield when I get home. Yeah, no kidding, right? Oh, here comes a bunch of trucks down. I don't know if they're relocating. Are they Washington State? No, those are not Washington State. Those look like Oregon. I think those were Oregon State firefighters. They must be coming up to help on the lower Sugarloaf. Which, if they're going to drive, they drove right through my fire by my house, so that's a good sign. If they don't need them there, they're sending them over to Sugarloaf. That's a good sign. I love Oregon too. I love Cheech and Chong too. One of the guys I worked with, he was one of my best buddies, man. Kenny. He he loves Cheech and Chong, and so at work all the time we were always quoting Cheech and Chong lines from their movies. We had a lot of fun with that stuff. Is that right? Oregon's that big? I'll tell you one thing: the east side of Oregon State, like over real close to the Idaho border. I'll tell you what, that you want to talk about some desolate country, and I had no idea. You know, because I've always went down the I-5 corridor or the 97 corridor, driving north and south through Oregon. I've never went east to west, and I'll tell you what, man, that there is so much mountains and country that are just so different on the east side of the state as opposed to the west side, just like any of the states on the coast. But man, I was just blown away at just the expanse of, I mean, so much land. It just goes forever, it seemed like. Same with Idaho. Idaho's a long state, man. Oh, the family's good, Kukiana. My wife's going to work today. The dogs, they're doing great. You know, they don't really like to smoke much either. Most of these cars you see heading up, they either have something to do with the firefighting teams or they live up there, because there's no through traffic unless you're firefighters. Well, I guess as I'm going to head up the pass, you guys, as always, when I start heading up the pass here, I'll probably lose you a couple times until I get back in the hood. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep running it. It'll buffer. And then once I get back in my neighborhood, it'll straighten out. And then we'll see what's going on. I noticed last night they had a whole bunch of water trucks in there, water in that big park in front of my place. It's their staging area. And I think they just did that as a precautionary measure. It's the first time they've done it since they've been up here with all the ash falling. just so there's no ambers start their staging area on fire. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start driving again. So Valley High, where it says that's my neighborhood, and they said the road's closed. But what they do is they got a sheriff sitting there, and he checks everybody's ID. He'll check my driver's license and make sure my address is an address inside that hood, and he'll let me back in. What happens here in Washington is when they do these big evacuations, and they don't keep them locked down with law enforcement, we get looters. People come in and steal your shit. And even after the fires, looters will come in. So we have law enforcement on site now, so that doesn't happen anymore, because it happened a few years ago up in the Okanagan, and some looters got shot, as they should. It's because law enforcement was not involved. They were spread too thin. Yeah, you can see the closer I get to my place, the smokier it's going to get. Molly, what's going on? Good to see you, Molly. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you guys all stopping in, man. It's awesome. Okay, these guys are Washington State. That guy wasn't. That guy was, that last truck, it was Oregon. So it looks like we got Oregon firefighters, and we have Idaho firefighters over here. So it may go into buffering a couple times. Rafumo, what's up? Welcome, I've never seen you before. Rafumo? I don't know how to... sorry, buddy. I've never seen you before, and you need to come in a couple times. I don't know if any of you guys have ever met Rafumo. Okay, yeah, so usually got to get to know you from a couple times. I accidentally gave a 12-year-old or 11-year-old kid a wrench.